Happy Monday. How are you? Friends, family, enemies, uh, old lovers, and new friends that I haven't met yet. How are you? Ken Brisbon. Great build today. Today is one, two, three, four, five, six. Six stages of social media. Uh, I know this topic well because I've been on social media since 99 or 98, and that was with AOL. So AOL was the first social media platform. So I've been on social media for 20 years. So I know about it real well. I've made money off social media. I've met people off social media. A lot of my new friendships and relationships are from social media. So I'm a social media veteran. So I'm going to talk about that right now. And this is the six stages of social media. And maybe I'll help you identify where you're at in your social media. Okay. So first I like to say, what's up? How you guys doing? How's everybody out there? How was your weekend? And how is your year going? Are you getting to your goals? What's your year look like? Mine is interesting. Still going through it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here, I'm showing up, and I still got amazing game for y'all. So I'm cooking up. I'm cooking up. I'm a content creator, so I'm cooking up. So, I haven't been going live like I was before, only because I'm cooking up. But, as my meal gets more finished, then I'll start showing up a little more, right? So how you guys doing? Is this your first time? Anyone that doesn't know me, if this is your first time, hello, my name is Ken Brisbon, and what I am is a game enhancer. So I come to enhance your game. Other people coach your life. I take your game and try to help you get to another level, but inevitably you got to help with that. All right. So today but I want to help you identify where you're at in your social media. Um, since you're all participating, uh, I want to help you identify where you're at. And I say when it comes to social media, you got to know why you're here. So all of us, I don't know what your morning looks like, but when you wake up in the morning, you want to have an agenda about what you're doing with this social media thing. Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, whatever your platform that you use. The majority of my followers is Facebook. So I have the numbers that I have, and I didn't pay for my following. I got my following by just putting work out there. So there's another approach you can do to get followers. You could pay for those followers. I didn't pay for mine, and no disrespect to anybody that did this business. So some people don't have the time to get followers organically. I did that, and just people's interested in what I was building on. So when you are coming onto social media, you got to know exactly why you're here, or you're going to spend a lot of time in this place. And when you look at it on a yearly basis, how long have you been on social media for the year? And then when you look at the time invested in arguments and people trolling you and lurking, and did you make any money off this shit? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the people that come through and still know the passwords. That's what's up. That means a lot. All right. So I want to help you figure out what the hell you're doing on the social media, and your approach. So it's important, before you put your password in, before you do your rant on social media, why are you here? What was the reason you made an account for? You want to go back to that, because that's super important. You know what I'm saying? Why are you here? You could be anywhere. You don't need a Facebook. You don't need Twitter. What is the purpose that you have it for? Right? Okay. So it's six stages. These are my six stages. Other people will have different stages, but my stages are based on things that I went through. Right? Um, the guy BD, haven't seen you in a while. See, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. You still got that in it. So what he is, I actually have one. So everyone has an approach. His approach is a troll, right? His approach is a troll approach. This is a person that has never said anything nice to me ever, but that's all good. I got thick skin, but they've never said nothing nice to me. Even days was on when I was on fire. This person has always found came at me with that kind of energy. So that's a troll approach. Okay. So in the first stage of social media is the naivety stage, and you're figuring out the functionality and your user personality. So that's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr. What else? I'll just deal with those. So you have a naive approach. You have a naive approach, right? So the first stage is you're trying to figure out the functionality, right? You're trying to figure out what the hell is the buttons, what does it do, right? So you spend time. I know, like me, I never read the instructions to shit. So as soon as I start doing something, I just start pressing all the buttons, right? So the first stage of social media is a naive stage where you're trying to figure out the functionality, all the moving parts, and then you have to know the platform rules. Every social media platform has rules. And then one thing you have to understand is that platform is not yours. Your Facebook page is not yours. It belongs to the owners, the creators. You're using the space. Now, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram do not have content. The user brings the content, right? So you're leasing or renting the page. It's not your Facebook page. If you think I'm lying, use offensive language and they'll put that block party on your ass. It's not yours. Okay. If you want more control, then you should start a blog, or you should start something where you can control the content and you could be a little more edgy. But Facebook, Twitter, Instagram does not belong to you. It's censorship. So you have to play nicely, because these are platforms that deal with people that are not in America. Okay. So have that in mind. Your Facebook page is not yours. Twitter is not yours. Okay. Instagram, it is not yours. Okay. The user provides content. However, the content has to follow rules. So that's the first stage of social media. You have to learn the functionality, the buttons, and you have to know the platform rules. Also, you need to really navigate through Facebook, because Facebook has a marketplace a lot of people don't know about. You can sell things on Facebook. You can send money to people on Facebook. You could create events on Facebook. Many people have had personal pages for years and never developed a like page. But I'm going to talk about that, because that's the monetization part. That's the last part. So you figure out the moving parts, right? Then you have to know the platform rules. That is very, very important, because not only can you get banned, but you can also be arrested. All right. So you say some greasy shit about the president, a celebrity, you can be arrested. So it's important to know the rules of what the hell you're doing. You just can't say anything. OK. So after you get past the functionality stage, you go into the user personality. OK. So it's 5 user personalities that I have down. Right. So 1. And user personality means what you do when you're on social media. Right. So you can have a gossip approach, and a gossip approach is maybe you have a blog, or you spend your time on your timeline talking about other people's business. Okay. So that's a state. That's a real personality. People gossip. And I'm just being objective. So it's not a right or wrong. You just have to know what your approach is. And hopefully when I'm going through this, you'll figure out, damn, that's the stage I'm in, or I don't want to be in that stage, or I want to go to the next stage. But one of the approaches of user personality for social media is the gossip approach. A lot of people spend a lot of time talking about other people's business. Even if you're sharing a picture or a post, or you're creating content based on someone else's life, you may see someone involved in an interracial relationship, or you see a flaw in someone and you use that to develop content. That is a gossip approach. That does get a lot of traffic, because people are very, very interested in the lives of other people. The second personality is the troller. And the troller is someone that just goes to people comment section to be disagreeable. It's a personality. And that disagree, for some reason, I don't know what it is just about the human being. People with a fucked up energy gets a lot of attention. Okay, so the troller can go to a comment section and completely change the direction of the dialogue just by their energy, and everybody will start engaging with that person. Troller is not just someone that goes to the comment section. A person is a troller trolls on their own timeline. So, say some people are trollers without knowing it. So I remember when the Black Panther movie, before it came out, somebody was talking about that, why can't black people spend this money to build their own? That's a troller. That is a troller. That's a troller personality, right? And it attracts a lot of traffic, believe it or not, right? So the Black Panther movie, I seen the movie, it was the shit. But some people, their approach from it is not like, I want to find a solution from this conversation. What I want to do is get under people's skin, right? And so it was a lot of people that took that approach. So you have the gossip approach, you have the troller approach, then you have the guru approach. Now, the interesting thing about social media is I think everybody is in the guru approach. Everyone's an expert on finances, health, relationships, because we live in a meme generation. So the third user personality for social media is the guru approach. Everybody's a fucking guru. Everybody's talking about healing. Everybody's talking about like they've put their 10,000 hours in. Now, the interesting thing about the guru approach is the people that take that guru approach, they never talk about themselves. So they'll say, rich people do this. They don't say, I got rich by doing this. So the guru approach is never a first-hand account. The guru approach talks about healing from someone else's perspective. The guru approach talks about wealth and finances from someone else. So they say the difference between rich and poor people is this. How would you know you're not rich? Right? So there's a first-hand way we talk about some where, this is how I got my first million. This is how I had a successful marriage, or this is how I went through a divorce and survived and there was children involved, right? The guru approach is a very interesting approach right now because you don't have to go through the thing that you're talking about. Okay. All you have to do is read one book, The Four Agreements, or hear one YouTube, Deepak Chopra lecture, and now you are a guru. Everybody's a guru. Everybody has memes. Everybody is talking about their self-worth. Everyone is talking about they deserve. That is a very crowded area right now. Healing, all that, right? So you have the gossip, the troller, the guru, the lurker. The lurker is a user personality. Some people don't do anything on social media but lurk on other people's pages. So exes, family members, because social media is a lazy way to keep tabs on someone. Instead of calling them on the phone, you could just go to their page and somebody be like, how's this person doing? You'd be like, all right, they're doing okay. But only thing you're doing is using a picture to judge if they're doing okay. But the lurker spends a lot of time in other people's spaces with no intentions on reaching out. They're just taking notes and taking data. And, that's a lot of time. So the lurker and the gossiper are kind of the same. So you have the gossiper, the troller, the guru, the lurker. And the last one is the merchant. Very few people use their personality on social media is the merchant, because the average American is not about money. The average American likes the ideal of money, wants to be around the money, but the average American is not about money, because if they was, they would understand what vehicle social media is, and they would be using their platform to create streams of income. But the average American is not about money, because just things inside of the nervous system doesn't allow them to be about paper. Okay. So That's the first stage of social media. It's naivety. You're finding out how everything works. You're finding out the functionality, and you're developing a approach for you. So a lot of you want to see what approach you are. Are you a gossiper, a troller, a guru, a lurker, or a merchant? All you got to do to determine that, scroll down your timeline, and you do an audit on your timeline. What do you do on your timeline? That is very important. I did a live a few months back about the importance of a timeline, and the timeline is virtual reality. So the timeline can change your life. All right. So you want to figure out your personality, because you don't want to just be on social media just because. Why are you here? And I'm not talking bad about whatever approach you have. That's your business. But are you a gossiper? Are you a troller? Are you a merchant? Are you a guru? Are you a lurker? Right? You have to decide. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first stage of social media. You're naive. So everything is new. Okay. So that's the intro in the 6 stages of social media. Share this video when you get a chance to. By the way, my name is Ken Brisbon. If you want to hit me on the hotline, the game hotline, 888-565-8734. All right. So, look, there's a merchant right there. What do? Drop their information. That's what a hustler would do, right? Everywhere you go, you're trying to network him. All right. So the second stage of social media is the shrinking world. The shrinking world. When you use social media, the world shrinks. The world is no longer as big as what you thought it was. All right. So I'm going to go over a few things, what happens in the second stage of social media. One of the things that happens in the second stage in the shrinking world of social media is you catch up with old friends. You catch up with people you normally wouldn't have had access to. People from high school, people from kindergarten. All you got to do is type in someone's name. Before I get into the shrinking world and the naivety of in the first stage, you have to know the difference between Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. There is a difference. You cannot use them all the same. So let me start with Facebook. Facebook's platform is about establishing an emotional connection. Okay, because people read and you can tell a story. So Facebook is about storytelling. You can tell stories through video. You could tell stories through video creation. You can also tell you can also tell stories through script, through texting. So Facebook allows you to establish a connection with the user. You know what I'm saying? You can establish a connection with the user, right? Instagram primarily is, in my opinion, some people will change. Instagram is really for women, right? Yes, there's guys that's popular, but they have to be extremely they have to have something really going on for them to have a huge following, like a celebrity. But a girl that works at Walmart with a cute face, she can have more followers than rich people, and she works at Walmart. Instagram is really based on image. Okay. It's not necessarily based on storytelling. Yes, you could caption something, but Instagram is about microwavable information and microwavable information, and Instagram is just also for women. If you are a beautiful woman and you're on Instagram, your DMs is crazy. I'm already knowing. So Instagram is more for girls, in my opinion, and image based people. You know what I'm saying? And now the thing about Instagram is you can pretend to be smart on Instagram, because you only have to tell a story in 1 minute. 1 minute, right? So Instagram, a lot of people are gurus on Instagram too. But the funny thing about that, if you book them for an event where they have to talk an hour, talking an hour and putting something together for a minute is totally different. Plus, people edit shit on Instagram. Okay. So they did that video, took damn near 15 minutes. Okay. It's very different between going live. You only get one shot. I can fuck up words and all type of shit. So you only get one shot at going live. But Instagram, you can put a production together in a minute. Okay. Twitter is about being on the spot. you only have 140 characters. So Twitter is like, I'm at the concert, the Jay-Z concert is great, or, the police just did this, or the government just passed this bill. Instagram is about being on location and doing reporting. Okay. Reporting on demand. That's what Instagram is. So, on Twitter, excuse me, Twitter. So Instagram is about image, Facebook is about emotion, and Twitter is about being live. So one is for image, one is about an emotional connection, and one is about being live. Copy? All right. So let's talk about this shrinking world. This is the second stage of social media. Okay. So all of a sudden you see names start popping up. When you start putting your high school in and where you're from, you start seeing your name. You start seeing old names popping up and old family members, people that you haven't seen in years. You start to see them on, we'll say like Facebook or something, because people use their government name. And that's a cool thing. That's a cool thing. Kinda. Because if you're catching up with old friends, there's a reason y'all don't talk no more. Very rarely do you just lose contact with somebody and you've been thinking about them all these years. But most of the time, if you're not talking to people, it's because you outgrew them. But there is every now and then where you catch up with maybe a fling from summer camp or somebody from sixth grade or whatever. So the world shrinks, and that's one of the stages you start to see in the second. That's something that happens in the second stage. You're like, wow, I just caught up with an old friend since high school, or man, I had a one night stand with somebody and they're on social media. Let me reach out or whatever. So I don't want to spend too much time on that one. I want to go to the next one. Because the world shrinks in social media, you find that people are different than you. You find that the world is bigger, but it's smaller. It's smaller because everyone knows kind of the same shit now. But you find out it's actually bigger than what you thought it was. A case in point. I give you a great example of this. I give you a great example of people finding out the world is different. Religion, lifestyle, and definitely relationship dynamics. Within the last 5 years, people, because of social media, just realized it's more than one way to be married. Okay? Because of social media and the world shrinking, and this is part of the second stage, people now have access to other people's lives, and people now are just realizing that it's more than one way to be married. People are now have access to women with boyfriends, men with women, people that are gay. And it's really fucking their mind up, because for a long time, they thought the way that they seen the world was the correct and exact way to live. But what social media has done, it has shrunk the world, and it has allowed people to look at the lives of people in Tibet, look at the lives of people in Ireland, look at the lives of tribal people, and you realize, holy shit! And it's a stab at someone's ego, because you thought you had the world figured out, and now you realize, like, yo, it's a lot of ways to do things. It's a lot of ways to go about relationships. People raise their children differently, and especially people that are from small towns that have never traveled. Using the internet in the second stage, the shrinking world, people are really bugged out when people are posting their pictures and maybe they have two lovers and are like, what is this? Right? They cannot handle it. It is like, and what it is you realizing that you don't know shit. Okay. And what you thought and what your mother thought and what you were taught is not the end all to be all. We live on a planet that has countless people. It's not 7 billion people. There is no end to all the people in the world. Okay. There's no end, and there's no end to the diversity, how humans live. Some people are vegetarian. Some people only eat fish. Some people is hoarders. It's so many different things, but definitely in the relationship dynamics, people are really bugged out in the last 5 years that, yes, there are some women that share men. Yes, there are some men that share women. Yes, there are some people that don't want sex. Yes, there are some people that that rather travel the world than go to college? Yes. Yes, I know it's shocking, right? So the world shrinks. And the next step, though, and it's kind of part of the same stage, but the next step of the shrinking world is, and which is a actual, I think it's developing mental illness. People are on information overload. So after you go from the naivety stage, you go into the shrinking world stage, and people are on information overload, especially YouTube. YouTube has people on information overload, not just YouTube, all social media, right? Because you get too much information in one day, right? You go from this 10-minute video to that 10-minute video to the bad thing about that is no one has an intimate relationship. Not no one. People, the masses, don't have an intimate information with the things that they talk about. Because information is so available and you don't have to pay for it and you don't have to do nothing, you don't have to prove yourself for it. Because you don't have to pay for it and it's free. It is like food. It has everybody obese on information. Okay. So a person can spend it used to take you 10 years to learn something. Now that thing that took you 10 years to be an expert on, you can do it in 60 days, 90 days. That's a problem because it puts a person on information overload. So you have people talking that did not necessarily put their 10,000 hours in. That's a huge problem, right? Especially with things regarding the mystery school and certain sciences, things that you needed to be initiated in. Now you could go to YouTube and learn it for free. And there was a saying back in the day that you don't cast pearls to swine, right? You don't cast pearls to swine. And that is a real important thing because you have a lot of people that are swine and they are reading sacred geometry. They're reading tantra. They're reading metaphysics, but they're swine. They're lifestyle swine. And then what do these people go do? They make a mockery of the information. Okay. Back in the day, to be a priestess, you had to be of a certain age. Sometimes you had to be a virgin. To be in the mystery school and be a man, you had to be 45, 50 years old. Right? You had to be cut from a certain cloth to get information. That saying that each one teach one, no, that's only for people on a poverty level. That's only for people on a poverty level. Everybody should not receive all information because everybody is not the same. People's emotions are totally ruined and whacked out. Certain information is only for the elite. And that means those that can handle it, transmute this thing and use it for the right purposes. Don't cast pearls to swine. And because of the shrinking world and the internet, things that was secret are now available to the public. And it's actually a bad thing. It's actually a bad thing. So, but that's the second stage of social media. You catch up with old friends. You find out the world is different than you and you're on information overload. This is why everybody thinks they know shit. But last time I checked, you still had to put 10,000 hours in. Okay. You can't just talk about sacred geometry because you've seen a YouTube video. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You need to sit with that. You need to read it, sit with it, go back and read it again. Sit with it, go back and read it again. Sit with it, go back and read it again. All right. You don't know what you're talking about. You see one thing on chakras. You see one thing on ancient Egypt. You don't know what you're talking about. Right. Especially if you're reading the Bible and you think a person named Eve existed and she was talking to a damn snake. Right. You're not on that level. You had to prove yourself worthy. Just briefly, I remember reading Pythagoras, his initiation, what you had to do to get in his mystery school. And he was initiated into Babylonian mysteries, Persian mystery schools, Egyptian mystery schools, Greek mystery schools. One of the things that he made initiates do, you couldn't talk for 5 years. You could not talk for 5 years. You were being vetted. And there was a reason why they didn't want you to talk. 5 years. Just to get inside of the mystery school. You had to do a few more things, but one of the things is you could not talk for 5 years. So if you went through that, that means you are thirsting for knowledge. You want that shit. What do people have to do? What's the requirements to check out Freemason information on YouTube? See, because you don't cast pearls to swine, you have people giving misinformation about the Knights Templar, about the Shriners, about the Rosicrucians. You don't know what the hell you're talking about, okay? So because swine have access to pearls, now the shit doesn't mean anything. See, when you got all the information out there, it doesn't mean nothing. So anytime I hear people talk about Kundalini energy and chakras, I'm like, I'm going the other way because it doesn't mean anything. You feel me? It meant something when I was doing it and nobody knew what it was. Now that everyone knows what it was, I don't want it. I'd rather be hella fucking carnal. Like, you know what? Let me know when y'all done being fake deep so I can get back on that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't mean anything now. All right. So third step, y'all with me? Y'all got this? So remember, figure out where you are in this. Are you in the naivety stage of social media, figuring out the functionality and your user personality? Are you in the shrinking world dynamic where you're in awe that the world is bigger than what you thought it was? It's shrunk in terms of everybody having access to things, but you realize it's bigger than what you thought it was and you don't know shit. Okay. So are you there? Or are you in this third stage? And the third stage of social media, and it's a very delicate stage because it can ruin your life if you're not careful. Inbox flattery. Inbox flattery. Inbox flattery is the third stage of social media. Receiving and giving. Because the inbox is a revolutionary thing. Because now you have access to people that you did not have access to before. Meaning, if I live in New Hampshire or Maine, because social media, I can tell a girl that lives in Southern California, hey, beautiful. Mind you, I would never have had access to her before, right? Never. Okay. Also, it also gives a person that is not used to compliments. Now people are complimenting you. This is real shit. I kind of always was popular. I never had a problem with that. Some people weren't though. Some people was bullied and picked on in school and things like that. And now, because of the inbox, people that were never told they're cute and pretty are now being told they're cute and pretty. Right? What is that doing to them? These are people that are not used to that. They're not used to having no attention. Now, most people that are popular on social media are not popular in real life. People that are popular in real life don't really know how to use social media. I'll say that again. Most people that are popular on social media are not popular in real life. Okay? And most people that are popular in real life are not popular on social media because they don't know how to use it. Okay? Because they're brick and mortar and they are popular in what we call the real world, the analog world. Okay? So social media is dominated really by nerds, dudes that can't fight, right? And chicks that are autistic and have no personality in real life and they're antisocial. But in virtual reality, people are calling her queen and shit like that. But if you see her and him in real life, they're not shit. So what does that inbox flattery do to people? It gives them dopamine access. Dopamine access. Because you have a dude that ain't shit in real life and a chick that ain't shit in real life. But in the inbox, people are congratulating them and people are giving them attention that they haven't earned. They haven't earned. So it's making them delusional. And that's the third stage of the stages of social media, that inboxing, because that inboxing changes the game, because you now have access to an attention that many people have never had unless you are a star athlete, unless you were a girl that was on a cheerleading squad, right? Unless you were somebody that were doing something in high school. That's real talk. Okay. So then what happens is, look, you ever seen somebody put someone on blast on social media because somebody came in their inbox? So they make the post public and they screenshot it. I guarantee you in real life, that person is not shit. In real life, in the real world, this person is not shit. Okay. So that inbox. So first it feels good. It's the dopamine. Then they start feeling themselves. Right? So say it's a girl, a dude says, "Hey, beautiful. Oh, by the way, it's called social media," meaning social, so people can talk. So people that be like, "Stay out of my inbox." You really want people in your inbox because, mind you, you're not popular in real life. You're antisocial in real life, and you don't have the it factor in real life. You're screaming for attention. Screaming for attention. You really want people in that inbox. That's what it is. Okay. So that dopamine rush, what it does is, when now it has people outside in the world and they think that energy that they have online translate to in the real world. Right? No. So you think because you're popping on your IG that people are supposed to show you that same love on the inside, on the outside, but it doesn't work like that. But that's the third stage of social media. It's the inbox flattery. Now that doesn't just talk about people hitting on you. That is about, "Hey man, I appreciate your work. Hey, I heard your song," or whatever. It's an attention that you're not used to. And again, unless you was a mega star in high school or college, the majority of the public is not used to that kind of attention. Okay. And I'm sure all of us on some level have had people inbox us and tell us how great we are. Okay. Depending on what kind of parents you had when you were growing up, that right there is a narcotic out of this world. Right? That inbox flattery is a narcotic out of this world, because once you start to get it, you'll do anything to maintain it. Right? Remember that. It is a crazy narcotic. I know years ago when people started hitting me, I'm like, what the hell? You just had, I just had access to people that I didn't normally have access to from different environments. So I know, and I'm a pretty emotionally intelligent person, but even myself, I was like, holy shit, this is a lot. And then you go to unread messages. You like, yo, whoa, okay. So naivety is the first stage. Naivety about the platform. The second stage is the shrinking world. The world shrinks. Okay. And you're kind of just in awe a little bit and you're overwhelmed. The third stage is the flattery stage in the inbox. You're either receiving flattery or you're giving flattery, right? Because, and a lot of people that give flattery through social media, you ain't going to follow up for real. Because I'm a type of person, you say some shit in my inbox, I'm at you. What's happening though? What's good? What we doing? Blah, blah, blah. People ain't really about that. They just talking. I don't be bullshitting. I'm the same way in real life. I'm trying to get to it. So if you in my inbox, hey, let's do something. I'm like, what's happening? What's your number? What's good? Let's get on it. What's popping? You know what I'm saying? If I'm able to, I'm trying to pull up on you. I'm trying to see fuck this. I'm trying to see what's cracking in real life. So I'm not that person you can call and fluff me up, because I'm going to try to start a real relationship and put something together. You know what I'm saying? Let's do some business or whatever. Okay. Fourth stage. The fourth stage is, you know how they say all lives matter and Black lives matter? None of that shit is true more than likes. Likes matter. Likes matter more than Black lives matter and all lives matter in the four stages of social media. Because of, again, this word, dopamine. Likes produce a rush. Likes produce a rush, right? That like button is very, very, very psychological. Likes matter. Okay. Why do you think someone would post a selfie every single day and their hair is not different? Nothing has happened different with their face. You know exactly what they look like, and they're not traveling. So it's not pictures of a different environment. People want attention. Well, I talked about this before. What is attention? Attention is mentalism. Attention is a real thing. Okay? Because what attention is people putting their mind on you. Their mind. Right? So anybody that's posting selfies talking about, I do this for myself, you're a liar. Because if so, go to your MySpace and post a picture. No one's going to look at it. So you post a picture so people can see. It's the human condition. It's when you put a person in solitary confinement away from human beings, they go crazy. Okay. A painter needs someone to look at their painting. An artist needs someone to hear their music. Okay. A performer needs someone to watch. As great as Beyonce is, she will not perform if no one can't see it, because attention to a human being, how we give each other attention, is the same way as plants and sunlight and photosynthesis. Attention is the human version of photosynthesis. Okay. So with attention, we thrive. We come alive. We need people to see us. I would not be talking to a blank phone if no one the fuck showed up. All right. So likes matter. Likes, likes produce a rush, right? Everybody's posting selfies. Likes. It's all about the likes. Now, understand, again, this is very psychological, because some people post something, check on it to see what the likes are. And what the likes are is a reward. Okay. So I've had something, I made a post one time 2 years ago. It was talking about, I think, Russell Wilson and Sierra or whatever. So this is the stage. I've been in all these stages are stages I've been in my social media life. I've been on social media since AOL chat rooms. And I used to be in the chat rooms, thugs and dimes. You know what I'm saying? Puerto Rican hotties for black thugs. Hood white girls, like East Coast dudes. This used to be the themes, right, on AOL, right? My AOL was cracking. Age, sex, location, right? If you wasn't there, I can't even describe what AOL was them chat rooms. If you think that Twitter and all that shit is popping, I can only, man, we used to send so many pictures back and forth. That shit was crazy, right? This is when Napster was popping. What you know about Napster? You know what I'm saying? And being in the room downloading music. What? Napster. I take it back there, right? Okay, yeah, Black Planet. Whew. So Black Planet was, MySpace probably copied Black Planet's format, because Black Planet was popping too. So again, this is the world shrinking. You know what I'm saying? This is the world shrinking. You know what I mean? But it started with like Black Planet. Like Black Planet was super popping. So this is before MySpace, right? And you could get hella action on Black Planet. Yup, LimeWire, all that shit. That's how we used to get music. All that shit. We used to download so LimeWire, you could download videos. So this is how I was getting all the booty talk porns. But that's another story. Okay. So yeah, likes matter. Okay. So the like, what it does is like, if a person doesn't get the likes, then they think that they did something wrong. This is real shit, because likes is a reward system. All right. So someone gets a new haircut, someone does a new filter, they get the likes, right? 20, 30 likes. Well, if you got a large platform and you get 500 likes on something, whoa, right? You'll try to keep repeating that same behavior. So, oh yeah, 2 years ago, that was what I was saying. I had got one of my posts. I've been going viral for a long time. So that's my next one. Thirst to go viral. So the post got 8,000 likes. 8,000 likes. So what that does is you like, okay, well, I want to keep repeating that because your phone notifications is going off. And what happens is, and this has definitely, I think, all content creators. If you get a lot of likes or go viral a lot, it's very easy to think that shit is money. Okay? So then you'll be on social media to get likes and not money. And people think likes and attention is money, and it's not. Okay? You can't do nothing with that likes. That shit is a drug, yo. So if you're creating platforms to get likes, there's no end to it. Now, the thing that, that's my, what's your name? Shamel. That's my last stage, monetization. So I'm just going through the 6 stages of that, right? So, if your pursuit is likes, what you have to understand is this shit is just like the crack game. And people that like a lot are fiends. So when you're not posting, they're just going to go to someone else's page and like their shit. Okay? There's no loyalty. All right? So basically, in their mind, you're only as good as your last shit if it was popping. So it's not about the quality of what you post. It's about the likes. That's what it comes down to. Right? So you can get a lot of likes for bad quality. So the picture doesn't have to be up to par, right? The post can have errors in it. So you don't have to have a well-crafted post to get a lot of likes. Okay? So now what you don't understand is when you're getting these likes, a lot of people that's liking your shit have no appreciation for art. That's very important. The people that are liking your shit have no appreciation for fine dining. Okay. The people that are liking your shit are not oftentimes well traveled. Right. Because I realize that there are some people that don't waste their likes. There are some people that have traveled around the world. So when people post pictures of them turning up with Miami, that doesn't mean anything to them because they've seen the world. Right? That's only impressive to people that have never been to Miami. So there are some people that understand art and they don't waste their like. They don't even want to give you the impression that they're into that kind of shit. That's very important. So who is liking your material? Okay, because what they could be doing is enabling you to put together janky shit. Okay? Likes matter. That's what it's about. Likes matter. But who's liking it though? Because if you have people of low quality and low standard and they don't have an art appreciation, they don't have an art appreciation, they're liking your stuff though. And what that is doing is not going to make you step your shit up. So if you had 1 million followers, right, and you put a picture out and no one liked it, that would tell you what? I got to step my pictures up, my quality, my camera, right? That's a way to hold you accountable. Okay. But when you listen, man, I respect real photographers and all of us have camera phones and shit, but that doesn't make us photographers. Many people don't even know how to set an aperture, right? There's no way in hell that a person taking a selfie from the side should have millions of likes. You know why? Because that takes the work of getting a real photo shoot. You're not going to do it. Why? Because you're getting likes for this kind of quality. What about the real deal photographer that went to school for that shit, that can look at you and be like, you know what? You'll look better at this scene right here. Right? So that's killing the game. So now people don't even take professional photos. People don't even do glamour shots anymore. None of that. Because the picture that they took was just random, right? And it got a lot of likes. So they'll use that same photo for their website, right? Like people shit be straight janky. And this is the things that they're trying to do business with. Okay. That's a problem. So those likes can ruin the game. Ruin the game. A dude can put out an unmixed song and get a lot of likes. Well, goddamn. Well, now he's not going to get his music cleaned up, right? Someone doing unattractive shit can make a caption. Man, listen, check this out. When I was 19, I smoked cigarettes, right? I never bragged about it. It wasn't cute at all, right? It wasn't cute. But if I'm outside and I'm smoking, the pictures of me like smoking a cigarette or smoking a blunt, I shouldn't get likes for that. Cigars are about lifestyle. There's, you know what I'm saying? Like me drinking a goddamn 40 ounce and I take a picture or a picture like this, I should not get likes for that. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to keep taking pictures of me drinking beer. Okay. And number one, you're not getting paid off that advertisement, or it's just tacky. It's tasteless. Okay. So those are about the likes. So the first stage is naivety. And then the second stage is the world shrinks. The third stage is inbox flattery. The fourth stage is those likes. We all got to be careful about the likes. Take your time putting your stuff together before you put it out. Think about the content that you're writing before you put it out. You know what I'm saying? Just think about it. Don't be in a rush, because if you play that likes game, it is a chase that you're going to constantly be on. You know what I'm saying? It never ends. Okay. And you don't even know who your audience is. So this is why I like websites and things like that. So when you check Google Analytics, you can kind of check where the people are come from. And then if you have a real hardcore algorithm in your plugin, you can see the demographics of the people reading your stuff, and sometimes the income level, right? So that's important. Okay, number 5. Woo! Thirst to go viral. Thirst to go viral. So in 2012 or 13, I remember I went viral on World Star. So I put a rap video out and it got like 4 million, you know what I'm saying, people. And, I wanted to chase that rush or whatever. I've also went viral on Facebook or whatever. So there's 2 approaches to going viral that you could take. You could take the hero perspective or the villain perspective. Let me get into the villain perspective, right? So I'm going to give you 2 people. I'm going to give you, let's say a cat like, I don't want to say no one's name. I don't want to do that. Okay. So we're going to say the hero perspective and we're going to say the villain perspective. Now, what does the hero do? The hero perspective is about ego boost. Now, let me tell you something. If someone is selling a shirt or a pen, whatever content they're giving you, regardless of what it is, it's about the product. So the content is so it gets traffic for the product. See, I'll tell a person up front, I'm for profit. I'm in this shit to make money. So I'm never going to lie and say, I don't want no bread. But a lot of the people that are the hero perspective in their viral approach, they don't want you to know it's about the money, because people that are about money, there's a stigma on someone, that the business person, right? We have a love, and we have we love to hug on the victim, but the business person, the person that's in it for trying to make some money, we give that person a fucking hard time, right? We love the junkie. Oh, it's okay that you smoke crack, but the person that's selling the crack is bad, but it doesn't work without the junkie though, right? So the hero perspective in going viral is a person that talks and boosts the ego of the viewer. It's all about making you feel good, right? It's all telling you you're popping even when you're not. But they're selling something. They're selling something, right? Selling something. Man, fuck it. I'm gonna give the comparison. You have Derek Jackson, you got Tommy Sotomayor, right? Both are content creators, right? You'll think one is a good guy, one is a bad guy. They're both the same. Okay. It's about content. One just takes a different approach. So the same person you would be like, oh, he's uplifting people and he's putting people down. It's just different sides of the coin. They're both in business. Okay. No difference between McDonald's and a vegan spot. They're selling food. I don't give a fuck. That's subjective whether it's good for you or not, but they're both the same. Okay. So one person, right? Derek Jackson, Tommy Sotomayor. One is the hero. One is the offender, the villain, the offender. Okay. So what's Derek Jackson approach? And I'm not knocking his approach, but what's the approach? He caters. They both talk to women. They just talk to women in a different way, right? One, takes the approach, it's the guy's fault. You know what I'm saying? One takes the approach, 5 things guys need to do to keep their women, right? So it's not necessarily challenging women. He kind of just takes the approach of women with pain body. Fine, because it's a lot of women like that, right? But he's selling something. Okay. And his shit goes viral. Why? Because people want to feel good, right? People want to feel good, right? Tommy also takes the same approach and he gets a lot of traffic. Why? Because when you're going viral, one thing you have to know that is people share shit they don't like. People share what they don't like more than what they share they like. What people like, they kind of keep it to themselves. People share what they don't like. And that's something that I noticed a lot of times. So in the blogging world, when my blogs used to go viral, right? So my most popular blogs were talking shit to people. And I'm like, why is this going viral? But when I take a different approach and I'm being more milder, trying to connect and have a better relationship with the audience, why is that not going viral? And then I realized, I'm like, holy shit, the people are desensitized. So the people share what they don't like. Okay. So sometimes I've made videos and maybe I was being offensive on purpose because I know how to go back and forth. Sometimes I want to take the villain approach. Sometimes I want to be the hero, right? Or sometimes I'm just in the middle where I'll bounce back and forth. So I'll check to see who shared my shit. And they might have shared it and be like, look at this dumb motherfucker. He doesn't know what he shared something that he said that I'm dumb, I'm stupid, I'm this, I'm a coon, but you want people to see it. Me personally, the best way for me to kill somebody is not give them no burn because it's all about attention, right? So there's 2 ways you can go viral. All right. And this is the 5th stage. You either take the villain approach or you take the hero approach. Both approaches do the same shit. It does not matter. All the things that people talk, I'm trying to uplift people. Man, please. That shit, you're in business, right? Tommy Sotomayor and a lot of other people are the same. It's about ratings. Okay. Don't ever fucking get it twisted. Anybody talking about even my people, black people, that's for ratings. This shit is entertainment. Okay. Is it complex thoughts? Like today, everybody, we're trying to figure out trigonometry. No. It's something that appeals to your emotions. So when Derek Jackson is talking about girls and, dude, you probably don't even have a job. What do the girls say? Yeah, brother, you're right. Thank you for speaking to us. Right. And when Tommy talks about black women's weaves, look, they're easily triggered and you start calling him names. Right. It's the same shit. OK, what it's doing is the same thing of watching a movie. Right. The script writers are doing nothing but following mythology. Okay. You have the antagonist, you have the protagonist, and in the middle is a woman, right? For those men that really want to go viral, if you really want to go viral, make shit for girls. Period. Because women soak up game more than guys do. And women use the game instantly. Guys sit on the game, right? They think about, well, I'm gonna sit with that. If the shit is cold, a girl gonna use it faster than a guy is, okay? But the number one way to sell something, sell it to women. Sell it to women and appeal to their emotion. Tell them they look nice, call them queens. It's a mild version of pimping. Okay, it's a mild version of pimping, whereas old school pimping is right in your face and it's real, where it's like, bitch, you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm mashing for my motherfucking ration. Are you trying to fuck with me or not? Drop that zero and get you a motherfucking hero. You know what I'm saying? This other version of pimping is queen. You know what I'm saying? Queen. Okay, no. Okay, so let me chop this game up with you real quick. Okay, so the old version of pimping is purse first, ass last, shit like that. You talking real fast and you make your words rhyme, right? This new version of pimping is just like this. You deserve. Mm-hmm. Your self-worth. Mm-hmm. Talk about you deserve, their self-worth. You could do better. God got something for you. That's another version of pimping. It's just a different way of finessing. Right? At the end of the day, when a motherfucker's done telling you that, they're going to palm your pussy and charge you. At the end of the day. Because no matter what, I'm a dude. No dude is that interested in the health and wellness of a woman. Not like that. You're not fucking and that's not your sister. Nigga, you're selling something or trying to fuck. Let's call a spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. Just keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it a buck. You're trying to sell something or trying to fuck, but most likely you're trying to fuck. Because can't no dude, y'all just want my sisters to do better. Yeah, okay. Either, yeah, okay. All right. So, the viral approach. So when if you're trying to go viral, you got to know your approach. All right. So you got to know if you're a hero or you got to know if you're an offender. Right. And for real, if yes, you can make content for women goes far. Right. So let me give you some game on how to go viral. Right. So y'all listening, take notes. I'm a content creator and I'm one of the best that ever did it. Trust me. Look, an offender approach. It's smart if you really want to go if you really want to go viral, take the approach where you offend black people. They'll share the shit out of it. Right? They'll share, and don't worry, you could come back and clean it up later. But if you really want to get traffic, offend black people. If you're black and you have a black audience, not really going to get a lot of traffic because there's so many people in that space. You'll get more traffic critiquing black people. They're going to share it. They're going to call you a coon though. They're going to call you names and they're going to probably black Twitter and all that shit. They're going to look at all your pictures and judge you with, see, when you're offending black people, the only thing they're going to say is how you look. All right. So if they don't like your content, they're going to be like, what his ugly ass talking about? Or what that bitch talking about? So when you offend black people, their comeback to you is how you look, because we like to roast. So they're not really going to come at your data. Very few is going to come at your talking points. Okay. They're going to talk about how you look. They're going to try to figure out something with your hairline or some shit like that. Right. But they're going to share it though. They're going to share it because I've had multiple things go viral, but before they went viral, I planned that. So I took the hero approach on purpose. Now, with the hero approach, what's some things you could take the hero approach on, right? Okay, so look, when Russell Wilson and Sierra first got started, I took a hero approach and I took Sierra's side. That post got shared 13,000 times. What did I say in it? I took a Derek Jackson approach. What did I say? I said, you know what? If you got a problem with who she's marrying, y'all need to get custody of your kids. Oh, that's another way to go platinum. Go viral. If you're a guy, right? If you kind of beat down black men on the behalf of black women, you're gonna go viral. You're gonna go viral. You're gonna go viral. Yeah, y'all don't got jobs. Y'all can't even handle one woman. What the hell you need to handle two women for? Do. Now look, that is a real personality, because that dude in high school, he was that guy that told on all the rough guys. He never could make the basketball team, right? He didn't hang, his friends was never aggressive. So he always kind of catered to the girls and shit like that, right? So he carried that. That's a real thing right there. So, but if you want to go viral, take that approach. You know what I'm saying? Take that approach. So it's a few ways you could take, but always for the women. What do guys share a lot? If you're a girl, no brainer. If you're a girl, it's a no brainer. You want to go viral? Sell sex. I'm not even gonna fuck. Don't waste time. Sell sex. Sell titties and ass. Put your titties and ass out there. You don't have to do it in a bathing suit, but you can make videos showing some cleavage or something like that. The thing about girls, everybody likes girl content. It's so easy for a girl to go viral, right? She doesn't even have to be bright. She can be a fake smart, and it's gonna go viral. All you gotta do is beat that face up, have some big tits, whatever. And if you're ugly, you'll really go viral, because we live in a stage where bad looking women get props. You can't call her fat no more. You can't call her ugly no more. You can't talk about her, right? So we'll post pictures of chicks we know is busted. And because she's dark skinned or something like that, we'll be like, oh yeah, because we live in a sensitive environment. You know what I'm saying? We live in a straight sensitive environment. Right? So, no one wants to call a bad looking chick bad looking anymore. So if she makes content, people will give her a guilty share. It's a guilty share. Damn, she kind of busted. I'm going to go ahead and share. But no, I'm telling you, I'm a social scientist. I study this shit. It can be a straight chick, 800 pounds, no body shaming. She's beautiful. And I'm like, God damn, the game has changed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, super politically correct, where a person that's not healthy, right? A guy can't get away with that. You feel me? Body shaming is only for chicks. A 800-pound dude, he got to lose weight. A 800-pound girl, she's beautiful. Okay. It's just a game. Don't take it personally. You just got to know the shit, right? So it's just different dynamics. And in this post-Obama era, we're super politically correct. It's about being nice and not hurting no one's feelings. It's not about being objective. It's not about telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's about appealing to people's emotions. It's about making people feel good. You know what I'm saying? So so y'all understand about going viral? I wanted to spend a lot of time on that because I know with some people here that probably been on social media for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Been social media a long time. I see someone on here that does Bitcoin. I'm not going to say your name, bro, unless you want me to. But for example, you do something that's real good, and the way that you could go viral, instead of doing texts, instead of writing your content, do videos. And what you want to do, bro, is show like measurable goals, especially if your audience is black. So I know you're doing crypto and shit. The audience that you're talking to, they now need to see you. So instead of writing, you know what I'm saying, getting ICOs, you want to do the videos to get ICOs, and you want to show measurable goals. You know what I'm saying? You want to show measurable goals like, yo, this is what Bitcoin has done to me. When you're dealing with a black, okay, my man Jay, you know what I'm saying? So Jay, you do Bitcoin. Unfortunately, the crowd that you're talking to is not the most critically thinking crowd. So you want your content to be like I'm talking right now, right? So you want to do your content chopping it up. Maybe you have a clipboard and maybe you can like break down blockchains, you know what I'm saying? And break those things down, terminology. So now you want to start graduating, because I know you've been on social media for a minute. So now you want to start graduating to the viral monetization stage. I'm sure you've been through all the stages. You know what I'm saying? So you want to start talking. So try to set your camera up like I got this TV behind me. Do it with a clipboard, because 2% of the world know about cryptocurrency. You know what I'm saying? So if 2% of the world know it, what about the black world? Very small. So these people don't know blockchain. They don't know what an ICO is. So before you can get them involved, you got to give them the basic terms and you got to give them market cap. They don't even know what they're looking at. They don't know about Blockfolio and a lot of the apps. So you can be a resource, bro. So since that's your thing, you should not use social media for nothing else. That's just some game from me to you. Your platform, when you come online, I'm talking about crypto all day, right? And that's a great way to leave the bullshit conversations so you don't attract the wrong crowd. If you really want to, this is some social media game. If you really want to filter your social media, talk about your skill. Okay? If you're in the money, talk about money. If you're in the hiking, talk about hiking. Do not talk about the general conversation that the masses is having. Right? Don't talk about what the masses are doing. Don't talk about current events. None of that shit. Stay clear away from that shit. So whatever, if you're in travel, talk about travel so you can line up with the right tribe. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is for the people that's went through getting blocked and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Gina, you do a vegan blog. What a lot of people want to know is, how am I going to get my protein? Also, a lot of women are worried about going vegan because they're going to lose their body. They think eating pork and beef is making them thick. So you can do your videos like, yo, I got curves. You know what I'm saying? I got curves. I'm still fitting in my jeans. You know what I'm saying? So the visual content is very real. The reading only goes so far, especially unfortunately, when you're dealing with a black audience. Now you got to keep in mind, the black audience is an audience that has not been reading for 100 and something years. So critical thinking is out the door, which is sad. You know what I'm saying? That which is sad, but that's real shit. So when you're dealing with a white audience, you cut your content differently when you're dealing with a black audience. Black audience is all about feeling good. Period. That's what it's about when you're dealing with a black audience. And it's very hard. So some of y'all might want to make other social media pages or like pages, because your social media account is a cold market. So you're not going to be able to turn those people that you've been laughing with throughout the years. You're not going to turn them into customers. You might have a few that buy your shit, but after you get past that, what are you going to be doing? Posting the same content to your business over and over and over. And then you're going to get upset. And then you're going to get upset when people are not spending money with you. But your personal social media is a cold market. It's a cold market. Okay. It's like the difference between doing business in your personal social security number opposed to doing business in your EIN number. We're taxed differently, right? Personally, I'll never have a personal bank account ever again. I will only have business accounts, right? Because this country supports the business owners, not the peasants, not the common person. The common person gets fucked up, right? But if you're under some type of a business, some type of a LLC, S corp corporation, I'll never, for example, just for people that know business, me paying taxes and a regular person paying taxes is totally different, right? Before I get sued, it goes to my business first, right? A person that's getting money with their regular Social Security, they about to kick your ass, right? This shit is designed for people doing business. You got that? Okay. So look at your personal social media page as a cold market. It's a cold market. Don't expect anything from it. Okay. You got your few people that like you personally and they'll buy your product or support something you got. But after that, so I advise you to take what I'm saying, and when I'm done, go do something. Start a like page, right? You need to be talking to people that don't know you, because the people that know you can only see you in the way that they remember you. Okay? So maybe when they met you, your weight is not up. They're always going to see you like that. Right? So no matter if you advanced in the game, you a different person, they can only remember in 5th grade, your mama sent you to school with a stain on your shirt. That's just the game. Unfortunately, you're talking to a people that don't know business. And for real, if your audience is all black, it's fucked up, because the only thing you can sell niggas is dope, coke, crack, heroin, right? That's what niggas buy. Shit that kill them, right? Your real business is going to come from other groups of people, right? And black people that don't fit into the bottom feeder shit. I'm just keeping it real. Just keeping it real. Just keeping it real. If you ain't selling no drugs, good luck making money from niggas. Not all niggas. But if you really want to make a lot of money from niggas, you got to sell dope. That's what niggas want. Dope and bullshit. That's not my rules. That's not my rules. I'm not talking about everybody, right? But the majority. You know what I'm saying? Out of the 45 million, 37 want to buy bullshit. How do I know this shit? Well, look at all the struggling black businesses, right? Look at what they're selling. They go out of business until what? They switch up what they're selling, until they get some cheap shit. The girl that's selling $500 bundles, real shit. You better go get you some of that bullshit, and they gonna fuck with you. And it ain't because they don't have money. Everybody got income tax now. I know I went to Denny's the other day and that shit was cracking. I mean, my goddamn, why all these people in here? I'm like, oh, it's income tax time. Oh, all right. So viral is important. I want to stay on that. You got to know your audience. You got to know the crowd, right? And you got to take your show on the road, man. You can't keep talking to your Facebook, your personal page. You keep posting this. Trust me, they seen you post that shit last week. They're not fucking with you. They're just not. You got to go ahead and create a like page and attract new people that don't know you. All right? That don't know you. You know what I'm saying? Sidebar. If you're interested in starting a business, and your business is in a heavily populated black place, do not be the face of your business. Don't let nobody know you're the owner. They're not going to fuck with your shit. It's a psychological thing. White ice is colder, right? So you might as well either get a gay dude to run your store, right? Or a white chick. You own the store, but don't let no one know you're the fucking owner. It's real shit. Do not let no one know you're the owner. They're going to start counting your paper. I know the game. They're going to start counting your paper. They're going, Dominican. Now, I'm saying something very general. It does matter about, is your business in a red line area? Like Baldwin Hills. It might be different in Baldwin Hills. I'm just talking about generally. You live in Detroit, you live in Chicago, you live in New York, Boston, Baltimore, DC, Jacksonville, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have to be the face of your business and someone else can be the face, and And that's the thing, though. A lot of people have problems being the silent owner. Everybody want to be seen. Everybody want people to know what they doing. Yo, if I catch a lick for some millions right now, you ain't never gonna know. I might be live from Dubai more often, but you ain't never gonna know. I'm not about to tell you, right? Because I believe in silent moves. Right, you don't let everybody know what the fuck you doing, but Nick, that's just a cultural thing. Okay, so that's going viral. So the last stage of the 6 stages of social media is what? So you went through all that shit. You went through being blocked. You went through finding your way. Maybe you had a one night stand from social media. You have experienced everything that I talk about, right? And now you're on the next step. What's the next step? Monetization. Right? Monetization is a space the majority of people on social media are not going to go into. That's only a select few that's going to be like, okay, look, I spent a lot of time on this shit. How the hell am I going to make money? Right? How can I make $100 a day? Right? Many people are not on offerup.com. Many people are not on the social Facebook marketplace. People have shit sitting in their house that they're not using that they can sell. You know what I'm saying? Because the majority of people ain't really about no coins, right? They're not about no coins. And spamming is not marketing, right? So many people don't even know what e-commerce is, right? Or how to go about putting together a good email list or things like that. Just email marketing. Okay, so that's the next step, the final step, my final step of the 6 stages of social media. It gotta be branding, sales, and expansion. What the hell are you here for? It gotta be some type of branding and some type of sales, right? Or why you here, man? You know what I'm saying? You gotta be real clear on that. Now, let's talk about expansion. And this has a lot to do with monetization. You should be putting together a tribe. I've talked about this often. So you're trying to figure out what people do in different cities so you can pull up there, right? And it's free to network on Facebook and Twitter and shit like that. So LA, Houston, Dallas, Austin, Texas, Chicago, Detroit, New York, Miami, the Bay Area. These is places that you need to be. No disrespect, but I don't need to be in Iowa, right? I don't need to be in Wyoming. I don't need to be in Idaho. I don't need, that shit does nothing for me, right? I need my friends to be in popping ass places so you could take this show on the road, right? So that's expansion, okay? Then you have like, what's branding? Now, the reason why you want to start a like page and the reason why you want to kind of just dismantle your whole social media and start new, because it's going to be hard to brand if you have old messages. You thought I was going to say something else. Nope. I'm going to start there. You want to do a social media cleanse. And what that means is you want to go through and get rid of anything that can potentially fuck up your money in the future to the best of your ability. You know why? Because people keep them old messages. So here's a tip. Here's a tip for you. When you deactivate a page, it does not clean your fingerprint, right? You have to totally delete your Facebook account and start a new one. Now, when you delete your social media account, it's going to give you your Facebook account is going to give you 14 days to option just in case you want to sign in. But after 14 days, what that thing is going to do is going to turn into, it's going to say Facebook user. Now, when it turns to Facebook user, it's going to delete any content that you had with that person. Because, people don't erase their messages. Now, I know the game. Man, 2 years ago, you could have been in a drunk night. You could have been inbox thirsting or sending pictures. I know the game. And unfortunately, everybody don't play the game fair. People gonna use that shit. You feel me? That's just what they are. That's just what it is. So you want to already beat them to the punch. So when I talked about social media branding, you thought I was going to talk about your logo and shit. No, 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 no. Before you do all that, because you got to eliminate your backstory so you can start some new shit. Not deactivating. I'm talking about straight deleting. And what that's going to do is get rid of any post that maybe 3 years ago somebody shared of you. You know what I'm saying? Because you say you go into politics. Say you go into politics, right? And you just forget about all the shit you used to do on social media. So then they bring up some shit that's incriminating. Maybe you was 21. You know what I'm saying? They're going to bring that content back up to nail your ass because that's just the game, right? So what you want to do is clean your social media up. You want to audit your shit. Right? All that slick talking that you did with anybody, sending a nigga some pictures, sending dick pics. I don't give a fuck what you did. You want to clean that up. And when you when you delete your account, it's going to take your comments off anybody's post too. Why is that important? Because every year Facebook shows a memory. You don't know what you said on that person's post. You don't forgot about it and kept it moving. Okay. And I advise this so you can really at least try to get it to the best of your ability. You can't clean up everything, but clean it up to the best of your ability. Why am I saying that? Because it's going to be hard for you to move forward and somebody got that shit sitting in their inbox. People don't play fair. You know what I'm saying? People don't play the game on a real level. They're always looking for some type of advantage, or they just won't let you be great and live your best life. You know what I'm saying? So don't deactivate your page. Delete your page. Create a new one. When you create a new one, that page is just so you can run your like page. Right? Now, when you create your new page, don't even accept personal requests. Only like pages. Right? So when you're scrolling, so it's better for people they can like your personal page, but don't friend anybody. Because honestly, when you're on Facebook, if you're here for business, why the hell do you need to see people's personal Facebook pages? You don't. What you want to do is have only like pages. So if you go to Fox business page is going to give you the option to like all other business pages. Then you go like a travel page. That page is going to give you option to like 10 other travel pages, like a Bitcoin page, like a Dubai page, right? And then what you will notice is all the pages that you're scrolling is no personal content. It's nobody's personal shit with their baby moms. You personally don't know how no one's doing. You only know business shit, right? Don't have a personal Facebook page. I'm telling you, right? If you do, have a ghost page, a dummy page that controls your like page. There's no reason for you to have a personal Facebook page. None. So for people to get in contact with you, they'll get in contact with you through business. Feel me? You see how that works? But then you have to figure out the stage you're in. Are you a gossip, troller, guru, lurker, or merchant? What's your stages that you're in on your social media? Personally, I'm never going to have a personal Facebook page again. I have a personal one, but it's only so I can like pages, so I can know what's going on in the world. I have no desire. Right now, you can't find no personal Facebook page of mine. Right? So because I have no desire of looking at no one's fucking page. If it's not a like page, if you don't have a like page, I don't want to look at your page. There's no reason. Right? So sales. I think someone asked something. Let me see. Do you think it's better to sell to consumers or businesses? I notice all my money comes from other businesses selling skills, but consumers want shit for free. The consumers don't have what you need. Businesses do. Honestly, right? People can't afford you. Businesses can. Businesses got the dough. Businesses got the money. So you want to sell to businesses. You want to advertise towards businesses. Facebook groups is cool. That's cool. That's cool. So what you do is before you delete your page, you make your new account and then add yourself to all the groups that you're in. for your new page, but don't accept any personal fucking friend request though, because then that's gonna throw you off. That's gonna throw you off. Another thing, um, don't get on social media when you first wake up in the morning, right? Like that first hour, give yourself time to, think and think about your day. When you go use the bathroom, sitting on the toilet and shit, don't get on social media because that's about to set the tone for you, right? Don't. Mm-mm. That's why I say you don't need to see no personal shit. So what you do is, yeah, if there's some groups that you enjoy, make your new page and add yourself to the groups you're in, right? But don't give nobody any personal access to you on Facebook. Only business access to you, right? So they go through your like page. All my personal shit that I was in, right? All my personal shit that I was in. I took myself out of it because as about money as I say I am and all that shit, I was making a huge mistake. I'm like, wait a minute. Um, damn. I'm I'm not here to be friendly. I'm not here to be friendly, right? That's not why I'm here. I'm not here to be friendly. You know what I'm saying? Uh, do share videos on a like page? What do you mean? Like, you could do everything you do on a personal page on a like page. But on a like page, it gives you the option to do target marketing. So have you ever seen a sponsored post before? So instead of just making a post and it be hella generic, I mean hella general, you can target who you want the post to go to. Uh 21 and up, 21 to 34, women, whatever. That's a sponsored ad. That's what a sponsored ad is, right? Now, it's not about, you know, hella views and shit like that. It's about quality because you could have 1 million people like your shit and nobody do business with you. And you could have 1,000 people like your shit and 10 people do business with you and they all spend $1,000. Yeah, a like page. Okay, so what we're on right now, this is a like page. This is my like page. This is a business page, right? So if you need to create a like page, sign out of your account, and then it's going to say create account, or it's going to say create a like page. Then you're going to have to decide, are you what kind of public figure are you? Are you nonprofit? Are you an artist? Are you a public figure? What's your what do you classify as? You know what I'm saying? So you gotta decide that. But I'm telling you though, I'm telling you because I pretty much made a lot of mistakes just in the game. You know what I'm saying? So I made tons of mistakes in the game. So you want to make sure that you have the right approach to this shit. Um, I was using Facebook for years though, on a personal level, and what you're gonna have, you're not gonna have a lot to show for your time, right? So friends is cool and shit like that, but 9 times out of 10, the people you talk to, they're not about what they say they're about, and they're not gonna stick around. They're gonna talk that shit, but they're not gonna stick around. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't gonna be real meaningful relationships. Now, people that find you because of your work, the relationship is more meaningful when they find you for your work. Like, oh man, I see what you've been doing, and they're gonna want to come help. They're going to come with input. Hey, I know somebody in my town. That it's better that people meet you from your work than to meet you personally. Trust me when I tell you this. So I suggest all of you, but make sure when you make your new page, make sure you like my page though, right? Whatever your page is. But yeah, my page, I have a dummy page that I use and I just like so much shit. So when I'm scrolling, I don't know if someone asks me how they're doing, like if someone, like a lot of people, because I deleted all my accounts. So a lot of people, hey man, you blocked me. And I'm like, I ain't block you. I'm not on there. You can't find me only through my like page. You know what I'm saying? You can't find me through that, right? I'm 34, man. My son is 9. I don't have no time to play around, right? The next stage for me is 40. That shit is real, right? So the relationship now, if we form some type of bond, it's for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? It's for 20 years, man. So get rid of your personal Facebook pages. Only do business, right? And but you got to decide what stage of social media you in, though, right? Gossip, troller, guru, lurker, merchant. Where are you at in the game, right? Where are you at? Because you want to do this shit on purpose. Because social media, if no one ever told you, social media is an opportunity, right? So I remember I got blocked for a long time. I was like, I don't even care. Yo, the brick and mortar world is dying. Okay. The cloud is, that's what it's about. You can't afford to be blocked. You can't afford not to participate. This is going to change your life. This right here. So you can't afford to be gone. Can you have multiple product skills on the same page? Yeah. Or create a separate page for each skill. I mean, you got to do that at your own discretion. All my shit is intellectual property. So I'm selling music on mine. I'm selling ebooks on mine. I'm selling all that. Now, here's the thing too. Remember, hell yeah, social media is a privilege. It's a privilege because you could change your life. Remember I said that your social media page is not yours? It's not. So eventually, when you get a following, you're going to have to figure out how to pull that following off of these pages onto some type of email list. That's the stage I'm in now, right? Because I don't have access to all these 100,000 followers unless I sign on to Facebook. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. So think about this. Anybody with a platform, you're renting them from Instagram. You're renting them from Facebook. If you don't sign on, you have no access to them. So they don't follow you. If you're selling clothes, what's the key to monetize? Are you selling it through Amazon or a third party link? How are you selling the clothes? How you selling the clothes, right? So remember that. Remember that. You got to pull the people from these platforms to a personal email. So something personal to you, or you don't have them. Unless you sign on, you don't have access to the people. And that's one thing that people get the game fucked up. People be like, man, I got 15,000. I got 100,000. I have 100,000 followers. No, you don't. Facebook has 100,000 followers. If you don't have 100,000 emails, you don't have 100,000 followers. Because if they freeze your account, how the fuck you got access to those people? Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Push notifications, yeah. Vanessa, hey, make sure you get with me too, Vanessa. We got to talk. So remember that. That's super important about the monetization aspect, right? Don't get it fucked up and think that these followers are your organic followers. No, they belong to Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. If they cut you off from those people, you don't have access to no more. Now you got to start all over, right? So for the big boys, the big girls, the next step for us is email marketing and e-commerce and click funnels and shit like that, right? So it's old now, but then again, it's not, because people still don't know what the hell a click funnel is. So yes, it's some successful people in it, but then again, it's not. Gary, you said something about clothes. I don't know what kind of clothes you got, but if I was selling clothes right now, I would have women market my clothes. I would have women market my clothes. So, monetization. So when you get to the monetization part, you have to call yourself something. What you are is a content creator. Okay. And as a content creator, you have to be very smart and know how to maneuver around social media landscape. So when I've been going live, there's key things you've never heard me say. You never heard me talk about gay people. You never heard me talk about trans people. Even when I talk about race, it is in a certain type of way. Why? Because I'm not here to repel. I'm here to attract, right? So I don't want to come and make people feel a certain type of way to the point they're reporting me. That's bad for my business, right? Some people get on these platforms. Now, remember I was talking about going viral, about you can offend people. That is an approach. But when your ass get blocked and you can't do no more business and you got to start over. So you got to figure out, are you a business person on this platform? Okay. Are you a business person on this platform? So if you're a business person, your personal opinion, what you think of transsexuals, does not belong here. Your personal opinions of what you think about gay people does not belong here unless it aligns with your content. So sometimes, I mean, not content, but product. Sometimes because you have the power to, people just turn the phone on and just start ranting. I've done it before, right? And guess what? I did not like the audience that it attracted, right? I don't want, you got to decide, like, you can have 1 million followers that don't participate in what you really have going on, or you can have 25,000 followers that really fuck with your content. Okay. This shit to me is about business. So when you're coming into social media, it's not about business. It's naive. The world is shrinking. You know what I'm saying? You're dealing with inblocks, flattery. You go through the likes angle. You go through the going viral stage. You know what I'm saying? So, but when you get to the monetization stage, this is the beauty of it. Not many people get to the monetization stage. So that space right there is not going to be that crowded. All right. Every other space is crowded. If you're a chick and your pictures are from the side with your booty out, baby girl, that's a crowded space. And guess what? Dudes use this thumb all day to be liking pictures. Okay, dude, if your information is, if you're talking about Africa all day or banging on white people, I promise you, it's 1,000 million people doing that. Getting money off this shit though. The average internet user don't understand e-commerce. That's what Amazon is, e-commerce. That's what PayPal is, e-commerce. People use these things, but they don't understand it though. So don't worry about going into the business aspect of your social media, because guess what? Everybody ain't there. Now, the thing about it is it'll move a little slow. How do I get those same people to like my like page? If you erase your personal page, if you erase your personal page, before you erase your personal page, post your like page and just give a PSA. Hey, everybody, I'm leaving this account. If you want to catch up with me, like my page, right? So give it about 24 hours, a day and a half, and whoever don't, and whoever does, and whoever don't, right? And then delete your page. Delete your page. Delete your page. How do I get more traffic from zero? Okay, so when you have a like page, Facebook allows you can pay for likes, right? So you can, so say you use $100 over 7 days, right? So you'll use like 20. I don't know, it's like $20 over. So you can do like 140 over 7 days, and it'll give you a certain amount of likes. A lot of businesses, they don't do live. They just curate videos and they pay for traffic. You could pay for traffic too. Whatever. If you got a budget to pay for traffic, pay for traffic. So, but a good way to get traffic, if you're in those groups that have 50,000, 60,000, and you like being in them groups, make sure you add your new page in those groups. So what you do is when you post from your like page, man, when this is done, I'm putting my link in here because I'm giving hella game. You got to put something down to pick something up. Throw me some coins. So what you do is you share your video in groups. Okay. So if you like being in those groups, add your new page to those groups. You add yourself. Just send a request to the groups. Put yourself to the group, right? Cool. Boom. Then when you do a live video or a video, just share it in the groups because you want all the people in the groups to share your content. You know what I'm saying? That's how that goes. But what you want to do in the monetization stage is you have outgrown the personal Facebook usage. So this can't be the only thing you're working. I believe in the future, human beings' thumb is going to be so strong because all we do is this all day. Our neck is down, right? So our spine is probably going to change and our thumbs are going to be super fucking developed because all we do is use the thumb. So I would imagine we probably use the pinky and we just have these four because we don't do anything with the pinky in terms of digital reality. We don't do nothing with our pinky. That was some nerd shit right there. But at this point in the game, you can't spend all your time scrolling, right? So I've been on Facebook since 2010, and I spent hours reading people's personal posts. I don't give a fuck no more, right? So I don't know what anybody's doing on a personal level. If I see your page, it's because it's a like page. That's it. You feel me? So I recommend that for you too. And you'll start to have a different internet experience because your things you see is filtered. So you're not going to know who went through a breakup. You're not going to know about someone's personal take on the Black Panther movie. You're not going to know about someone having a rant and meltdown. Now, understand. If you just audit your Facebook and just go down and just peep what people are talking about, these are people, the majority of them, with mental illness, autism, and suffer extreme cases of boredom. And you know I'm not lying. It's a bunch of selfies. It's a bunch of entitlement. And there's no new seasons. There's no new seasons. And I'm a person on my personal pages. I had 5,000 friends for hella long. I maxed those pages out. And I can promise you it was very, very, very rare when I scrolled and I seen inspiration. And if you're a content creator, if you're a blogger, a rapper, a poet, someone that creates, your creations is based on being inspired by other creators. And that is the downfall of having a personal page because you have family members on there who are non-creative. You have friends from high school who are on there who are non-creative. You have befriended people from social groups that are non-creative, right? So it hurts you on the back end with your own personal art. So don't deactivate. Delete your account. Okay, so if you didn't hear me before, when you delete your account, it's going to delete all history that you have with people over the years. Anybody you inbox, I promise you, they still have that message. That inbox history is still there. Fellas, that's a gem for you. Especially if your ass is married, right? And your chick doesn't know you live that kind of life. I suggest you delete your account so you get rid of those old messages. Ladies, you could have sent a pussy pic to somebody. He still has it. Okay? So again, when you delete your account, Facebook is going to give you an option of 14 days to sign back in. After 14 days, it's going to turn into, it's going to say Facebook user. You know, right? It's going to turn into Facebook user. That means it's going to remove your picture from there. And any content that you share with someone is going to disappear. Facebook user. When you deactivate your account, Your information is still there. All right? You have to delete your account. Now, if you don't know how to delete your account, all you have to do is on the search button, search box in Facebook, how do I delete my account? Now, I'm not telling you to delete your account and do nothing. No, I'm telling you delete your account, start a new page with a like page. Now, even if you don't start a like page, even if you're not ready, if you're not there yet, start a new page and just filter your content. That's it. Even if you're not ready, you may have a career that you're good in. Maybe you don't want to do the like page thing. Cool. Just start a new page. It's about to be springtime. Daylight savings time is the 11th. Why not? Okay, this weather about to start breaking. Time is speeding up. So don't even give no one no more personal access to you. If they're not in your life now or fucking with you now, then they got to catch you on the other side. The reason why I say you should start a like page and do your business, because the people that come to you is going to be related to your work, and they're going to have some input, because you don't know everything. Right? You don't know everything. Okay. So, but if you don't start a like page, I suggest you do. But if you don't, just start a new page and just like a bunch of pages that you're interested in. So your internet experience is a fruitful internet experience, because racism does not exist online until you create it on the timeline. All right. Poverty does not exist online until you create it on the timeline. Those things don't exist. You create them in virtual reality. Now, if you create struggle in virtual reality, you're always going to struggle your whole life, because virtual reality is another dimension. So if you create your struggle that you have here in the physical, and you create that same pettiness, that same struggle, that same doubtful spirit, that same insecure spirit, that same stressed out spirit, that same fucking generational bottom feeding mentality, if you bring that to virtual reality, I promise you, you're going to be in a caste system similar to one in India. You will never get out your position, because you programmed virtual reality with your flaws. Why are you on the internet arguing? Oh, I get it, because you don't know what this is. You don't know what this is. Now, if you go to GoDaddy right now, I said this a few times. I'm not going to say it any more times, because I might need to do it to somebody. Nah, but listen, go to GoDaddy right now. If you got any money on your credit card, buy your domain name and your government name. If your name is Karen Johnson, buy Karen Johnson domain name, even if you're not using it right now. Because I personally believe that for you to get paid, get your mail or anything, you're going to have a website. Get your domain name. Get a domain name. So whatever your name is, get that domain name. All right. That's some real slick shit. If someone don't like you, all they got to do is buy your domain name. You're not going to be able to do business. And .com is global. So .org, especially like with net neutrality and shit, like a lot of .com, .biz, .org, .info, those websites are going to be the ones that suffer first. Things that are not .coms. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, get your domain name. That is very, very, very vital. You got to have it. Even if you don't do your website right now, just make sure no one owns. Let me ask you something before I go, because this is all about the 6 stages of social media. At this point, I think because of YouTube, none of us should really be in the advanced classes. We should all went through that stage where we were soaking up hella info, more science, this, that, and the third. At this point in the game, if consciousness is not dealing with virtual reality, then that shit is Piscean. If it's not dealing with search engine optimization, if it's not dealing with ebooks, if it's not dealing with e-commerce, if it's not dealing with Google AdSense, if it's not dealing with Alexa and page ranking, if people's consciousness is talking about, yeah, we need an economic plan and we need, if the 888-565-8734, I'm at 9:30 to 10 every day. If people's 888-565-8734 consciousness now in the age of Aquarius, it has to be digital. If the person is not talking about any cryptocurrency, any different things of banking, offshore accounts, if their model is based on debate, then you got to listen to some new people. Because at this point, what the fuck is there to debate about? Do we need money? Yes or no? There's no debate, right? Do the children, when they're 25, do they need to know how to feed themselves? There's no debate on that, right? That was when we were kids and we had problems with the church and we wanted to debate the information. At this point, if you're a parent like me, what is there to debate? Your child is going to be grown one day. Where are they going to get money from, right? Because what's going to happen? Shit that's available now is not going to be anything available there, right? What's the debate? So my consciousness these days is different. So I listen to Jeff Bezos. I watch Elon Musk. I don't give a fuck about their complexion. I give a damn about their mind because I already did that entry level shit. So if you're anything like me, it would be counterproductive for us to indulge and use that shit. It's like someone using crack cocaine now. Like, nigga, where do you even get that shit from? Who sells crack? Like right now, that's what that information is. And a lot of the people have not converted over into the new consciousness, that they're still in analog consciousness. So they don't know how to use social media right. I'm not debating on no social media. There's nothing to debate. What is it? What are we debating? I don't give a damn if Islam is African. I don't give a damn if Christianity came from. I don't give a damn if people was on boats and shit. I already did my John Henrik Clark, Moorish Science Temple. I already did that shit. Right? I've already did that shit. So, e-commerce, PayPal, the different ways that money moves, that's the new consciousness. That what consciousness has to be about. These .coms, you know what I'm saying? How to put together GoFundMe. GoFundMe is not the only crowdfunding site. You do know that, right? People haven't even graduated to Kickstarter. So you see a racial component in that right there, right? Why don't people that look like us, why don't majority of our crowdfunding shit fuck with Kickstarter? Why? Because Kickstarter, you have to come correct. And if you don't meet your goal, then you don't get the money. GoFundMe is kind of janky. GoFundMe, you can type up some shit. No, Kickstarter, you put together a real production, because Kickstarter, you're trying to get some real money. Indiegogo, there's hella crowdfunding sites. How come the people don't know about them? Because the people that are the thought leaders in the so-called conscious community, they can't even use the fucking internet the right way. They have no idea how to monetize. They don't know. If I want to learn about an email list, why do I got to go to somebody white or Asian or Arab, right? Because these people that got all the people and the big ass platform, they don't know this shit. They don't know this shit. So you got to decide where you're at in your consciousness and your 6 stages of social media. You have to decide. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving you my input of what I think is important, but you might be at a different spot. But I'm going to tell you, if you don't take this shit serious, This is going to kick your ass in the long run. If you don't know this, you have to know what search engine optimization is. You have to know it, right? You have to know, you have to know what bounce rate is. Write it down. I'm not going to tell you what bounce rate is. What is a unique visitor? If you go to your blog and you check your Google Analytics, what does bounce rate mean? What does a unique visitor mean? Right? This is important. You know what I'm saying? This is what consciousness looks like. You feel me? So if the people that you're talking to is talking to you about any wayward, backwards consciousness, that's enemy. That is an enemy. You know why? Because their competition is going to have you thinking this is a racial dynamic. Oh, the white man, this the Chinese man. No. What about that robot right there? What about that robot? That's who I'm competing with. When I'm trying to change my diet and work out, why? I'm competing with a fucking artificial intelligence. I'm not worried about no fucking human being. I'm worried about that human, that system right there that has all is knowledge, right? Because in 1 minute, AI is God, because AI is going to be able to do any fucking thing, right? Especially when it figures out how to get a nervous system. It's a wrap. So if your mind frame is, yeah, man, we got to worry about these white police officers. No. You better keep your eye on that robot. You better keep your eye on that AI. You better keep your eye on what Elon Musk is doing. He's developing rockets. You better keep your eye on Jeff Bezos. You better keep your eye on crypto, right? You better keep your eye on net neutrality. Keep your eye on that shit. Feel me? That's the importance of destroy your personal Facebook usage, your personal internet usage. It's not for personal. You know what I'm saying? No personal use, right? Personal use. If you're having a conversation online with someone, it's because you're trying to, no play shit. If you're not interested in someone, don't fuck with them, right? If you talk to someone, it's to bring this shit all the way together so we can make something happen. At the end of the day, we should be over sex. Like, okay, we do it and next. So that can't be that can't be the pursuit. Who cares? We've been fucking since we was 15, 16. No big deal. Let's get that shit out the way so we can get to some bread. All right. Because it's no fucking big deal. It's not sacred. It's not none of that shit. It's about the coins, right? That's what we talking for. Man and women, guy, girl, eventually put them in the room together long enough. They're going to do something. All right. Now the tribe got to be about, what do? How many words a minute you type? You know about websites. You know about crypto. You know about SEO. You know about email marketing. You know about putting flyers together. You know about digital advertisement. That's what it's about. Get the fuck out your feelings, right? Who does what well, and let's get it cracking. You know why? Because I seen Jeff Bezos make $1 billion in one fucking day. In fact, Warren Buffett, listen to what I'm saying. And the stock market on any given time loses $500 million. This is what he loses. This is what he loses. So now that we hear these numbers and now you know they exist, what the fuck is the problem? Oh, it's because I look like this. I'm not supposed to talk like this. Well, goddamn, how is we supposed to talk? Right? And when you black, you are always behind infrastructure. You're always behind the shit that's cracking. Always behind. Always behind. We're always behind what the fuck time it is outside. You feel me? You're behind the learning curve in biology, science. Come on, man. It's not about that. right? With this tech shit, you got to get in front of it. You know what I'm saying? You got to get in front of it. So yeah, so that's the 6 stages of social media. What stage are you in? Are you in the naivety aspect? What's your approach? Are you a gossiper, a troller, a guru, a lurker, a merchant? Are you in the stage of social media where, wow, you are in awe because the things have shrunk? Are you in the stage of inbox flattery? Are you receiving or giving? Are you in a stage where you're trying to get hella likes? Are you in a stage where you are thirsty to go viral? And if so, what's your approach? Are you the hero or are you the villain? Are you the ego booster or are you the offender? It doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? This is my son. Hey, what's up? All right, see if you could go to Miss Ezel's. I'm on my way. All right. And monetization, or that right there. So I suggest you do what you want to do, but I suggest you only have business uses for social media. You erase your personal fingerprint on all social media and approach it from the business aspect. And I suggest you dumb out on e-commerce and shit like that. Make a new page, and your new page. Oh, so what you got to do on your like page is when you make a like page and you make a new page, you're going to have to friend yourself, right? This is the last thing before I go. So when you make your new page, you're going to have to send yourself a friend request. Okay. So, that's if you already got a like page. If you already got a like page, you're going to have to add your other name as an admin. So you go to settings and you go to page role. So add yourself as an admin. All right. If you got a new page, then you don't got to worry about that. You create the like page. All right. And then just sit with the shit. Google is your friend. YouTube is your friend, right? Unfortunately, we spend a lot fucking listening to dead people. Google is your friend. This shit, they'll teach you every single thing you need to know. All you have to do is ask it the right questions, right? Google is your friend. Okay. So stop listening to people that don't have the answers. Stop listening to people's whack ass memes. Stop listening to people that can't say, I personally scaled a business from 10,000 to 100,000 to 1 million. Stop listening to people that when they're talking, they're not giving you a personal step. These shit that I'm talking about, stages of social media, is what I've personally went through. I went through the naive stage. I went through the world shrieking on me. I went through inbox flattery. I went through the like stages. I went through, man, I was thirsty to go viral. And now I've been in the monetization stage. So this is a personal approach, right? So I'm not going to say, yo, the way to do this is, no, I'm telling you off the rip. You know what I'm saying? I don't have $1 million, so I'm not going to personally tell you how to get $1 million. I got to get that shit first. then I'll tell you my steps to getting $1 million. And then after that, I'm going to tell you how to keep it. I'm not going to be one of these weirdos talking about rich people do this and poor people do this. You're poor. How the fuck do you know what rich people do? Right? And oh God, cause I can go on my rant about these weirdo niggas all day. Somebody with $100,000, you think they're rich because you don't know money. So you ain't even been around a rich person. How do you know what wealthy people do? Yo, wealthy people, 250,000 is not fucking wealth. Fucking crazy. Yo, 888-565-8735 is the hotline. I gotta go. For the ladies, March 15th, I got the ladies night book. If you don't have the old book, 10 steps to maximum self-confidence, that's on my page. So the 15th, I got the ladies night book. Whew, cold. Then after that, for the fellas, April, I got Nothing But Game. That's another ebook. So my approach is I master the game in under 100 pages, right? So I'm not spending hella time writing 600 pages book. I'm gonna give you the game in 100 pages. All right. So I gotta go. If y'all already got like pages, go ahead and put them down here, right? Go ahead and use this time to network. All right. 888-565-8734. 8734. 888-565-8734. That's the number game hotline. It's your boy Ken Brisbon. Remember, you got to put something down to pick something up. Holla.